He convinced her that he has cured her mental health problems and that her friends have poisoned her against him. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Simone Nicole here, back at it again with yet another video. And I know y'all are like, girl, didn't we just see you in a very similar setup not a couple weeks ago? And you're not wrong. I love this pajama set, so I am wearing it again, and y'all know I'm in LA, so I don't have like a ton of options for what to wear. So this set is back. Love her down. Everything that I ever use in the video is always linked down below, by the way, just in case. So we are here to do another advice video because the girls be wanting to know what Simone thinks about their situations. And I am very grateful for that. I actually did not really fully read the questions for today. I had my girl Isabella do it. If y'all watch Swipe Talk, then y'all know exactly who Isabella is. Shout out to you for helping this be more of like a fun adventure for me, just making the video. So let's get into it. I'm excited. But I have to say this every single time. As always, this is a judgment-free zone, okay? Because the second that you start talking about, oh, it could never be me, oh, she's stupid, oh, she's this, which is very rare because, you know, my girls aren't mean girls. Shout out to y'all. But as soon as you fix your lips to say that, you have no idea the energy that you are whipping right back around to you. So watch your mouth, okay? And be kind, be kind, be kind. So settle in, girl, grab your drink, grab your snack. I am having a smoothie. I'm actually getting ready to go out to dinner with one of my girls. She's actually my financial advisor. Shout out to her. But I was positively famished before we started filming, so I just needed something. You know, I'm not really a berry smoothie kind of girl, but I did Walmart delivery and a man shopped my order. I didn't even want berry, but you know how men do when they shop for you, child. Anywho, with all that being said, let's get into the first question of the day. I'm wondering if you have any advice on how to know when it's time to let a friendship go. I'm in a bestie trio group. We've traveled the world together, supported each other through highs and lows. All. One of my best friends canceled on us last minute on Christmas Eve because she didn't want to ruin her fresh silk press in the rain. It was the first ever Christmas since our best friend's dad passed away, and we agreed to show up for her during this rough time. She never apologized. She has a habit of being unreliable and not self-aware on how that affects people. I wonder if I'm wasting all of my energy caring for someone who will continue to be unapologetic of how shitty of a friend she can be. I love her, but I'm wondering if it's time to fall back. Whew. I feel like this question has a lot of layers to it. The first thing that I actually want to talk about is the phenomenon of the 3-person friendship groups. I've had this conversation with so many people in my life, and I've seen it be discourse online recently. People are starting to assert that they just don't feel like 3-person friendship groups work. I can kind of relate to that because I have been in 3 that I can think of off the top of my head in my lifetime where there's specifically, oh, fart. Oh, her hair is all over this. Y'all probably can't see. It's just nothing but Debbie hair. Mother F. Anyways, I have been in that specifically 3-person friendship dynamic at least 3 times in my life. And only this last time that I've been in it has it worked. And I think it's because we're all adults. We're all so transparent about like what we have going on in our lives. And we are okay that each one of us has a different relationship with each other person in the group, if that makes sense. I think that growing up, it was really tough to understand that and then to not take offense to that because it can start to feel like some people are closer than other people and then it breeds animosity and then it's like this whole thing. So I think that it just takes a really mature set of friends to have transparent conversations, to have hard conversations, and to not take things personally. That's very tough to not take things personally. And I could even understand the argument that 3-person friendships just don't work because inevitably one person inside of that dynamic ends up feeling like they are an outsider. So that's one element. The other element, you are specifically talking about traits about this person that you don't like. You said she agreed that she would come and then she didn't show up and then she never apologized. She's not self-aware on how her behavior affects people and she can be an unapologetically shitty friend. And this is not to get on you. This is really not to get on you. But I do think that sometimes we are in friendship with people that we just genuinely don't like. And I don't even think that we do it on purpose at all. I think that people change over time and we are trying to love them for the person that like we know that they can be or the person that they were, instead of just understanding that they are who the they are. Like, we all know the saying, when someone shows you who they are once, believe them, you know? I think that that's very, very true here. I think that you're probably hanging on to this friendship for the sake of the dynamic of it all, not to rock the boat, knowing that like she isn't actually a terrible person. She just has some ways about her that you don't appreciate. But if I committed to showing up for my friend whose father just passed away, and I got my hair do umbrellas not exist? Do hoods not exist? Do bonnets? Do scarves? Like, come on, like a silk press? That's wild to me. That would have really hurt me if I was the friend. That would have really hurt me. It would have done irrevocable damage to the friendship, because there's so few times that you really, really need to show up for friends in life. And deaths is so one of them. Girl, I don't think you like that girl, and that's okay. I think that whoever she is needs to do some self-work and self-reflection, and I do think that it is time to fall back. We have conversations all the time on the channel about like confrontation. I'm working on being a more confrontational person when it comes to my friendships and how I feel. I'm getting better. I'm not perfect. Definitely a work in progress. I feel like in a situation like this with someone that I said was like my friend, I would have no choice but to tell them about how I felt, because this ain't no casual coworker. This ain't an acquaintance. This is my best friend. And you didn't show up for me because you didn't want to ruin your hair. Girl, please. But I think that that's for the friend whose father passed and the friend who didn't show up. I think that's for them to work out. Whatever conversation you have with her, you need to make sure that it is about how she has affected you. Not, well, you did this to Sarah, so because you did this to Sarah, I'm not rocking with you. No, it needs to come from things that have been done to you, something about you. Okay, you can't make it about good old Sarah. But yeah, I think that it's okay to outgrow friends. It's okay to outgrow friendships. It sounds like you probably have outgrown this one, and I think that it is okay to have a conversation with her about it, a constructive one. Something that I always say about any confrontation of any kind is, what is the goal here? I feel like people go into arguments to be right, and that's never a good way to go into a confrontation. So if you're going into it with the mindset of what is the goal here, you'll find yourself having much more constructive conversations and coming at her from a place of love and care, instead of coming at her to like make her feel small or make her feel like a shitty person. Okay, next case, Ona. I have an ex that I have been having dreams about on and off. We broke up back in 2020, and I remember feeling like my life was falling apart. Can y'all hear that plane? Because God dog, I had talked to several people since then, but I never felt a real relationship since him. I had a dream recently, like we met randomly in the street, and it felt so real. I also felt like if I never broke up with him, then all my issues with insecurity and personal issues wouldn't have changed. How should I move on properly? Okay, the classic moving on from an ex. Oh, it's a tough one, sister. It is very, very, very tough not to look back at relationships without rose tinted glasses. Like, super tough, especially like when you're grieving it and when you make it past like the angry, like that man stage, you know what I'm saying? Once you make it past that, all of like the good memories start to invade. And I'm just like, girl, why can't we just keep remembering the bad? And then it's tough because like any relationship that happens or any interaction that happens after them, you're comparing them to, and by proxy, you could even start to, which it sounds like you're doing, think that you were your best self with that person. Like, whoa. And what is me then and that feeling have in common? That nigga. But it's not. Like, it's not. I promise you. The dream part is tough. Okay, I'm going to answer this in two ways. I'm going to say two things. I am a hopeless romantic. I really am. Why did you break up with the guy? You said we broke up back in 2020 because I remember I felt like my life was falling apart, but you didn't mention him doing anything insane. Like if there was no toxicity between you two, nothing crazy that happened, the hopeless romantic Pisces in me is like, well, is he still single? Like, is this something that y'all might be able to work on and work out? Because dreams to me, again, being a Pisces child, dreams to me can kind of indicate that something is going on with the person and I don't know what. So usually if I have a dream about someone that I never dream about, I'm likely to like hit them up, ask if everything is okay, just check in. Oh, whoa. Okay, anyways, I'm very, very likely to hit them up and just check on them. And this is not pertaining to like exes explicitly, but just people in general that have come in and out of my life. If we ended on good terms and you pop up in a dream, I will hit you and be like, hey, you good? Like everything over there good? If you feel like y'all had a type of relationship where you can reach out just to see if he's okay or just to check in or test the waters, I'm not opposed to doubling back. I'm never opposed to doubling back with the caveat that he was not a piece of shit. There was no cheating. There was no lying. If it really was just a case of like a quarter life crisis and you're like, Jesus Christ, like my life is falling apart, and you just broke up with him because of that, but it was never like anything crazy, I might spend a block. I might spend a block to see what it was given, because baby, these streets, they ain't right. It ain't nothing out on these streets but shit and piss. Okay? No, nothing else of quality. So that's my first thought. Now, second thought, let's say that there is no hope. There is no doubling back. Absolutely not. What we're not going to do is start to think to ourselves like, well, I was really my best self with him. No, the hell you weren't. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You are romanticizing the hell out of that. I don't even know you. And I can guarantee you that that wasn't the case. And honestly, sister, if you really were at your best when you were with him, well, then go back, look at that time and objectively ask yourself like, okay, well, what was it that made me so happy and fulfilled at that time? And then you take notes on that. And minus him, was it the job? Were you on different meds? Like, what was going on around that time that you really liked about yourself outside of that man? And if you cannot give me an answer, then you are making it about that man. And it's just, I want to be back with him, but in a different font. Let's be honest, okay? Practically getting over a relationship, one of the things that I love doing, it sounds like really effed up, but every time I have like a happy memory, I will actually physically write down something awful that the person did to me, something that really hurt me and damaged our relationship. And then it snaps me back into reality. Like it's the wake up call that I need, because I'm like frolicking through a field of roses and daisies and everyone's getting along and we're so in love. But then it's like, wait, he fucked your mom. Not literally, of course, I'm not talking about like me, but really having those thoughts of like, girl, remember that one time that you was stuck on the side of the road, you had a flat tire, you called him and was like, babe, I have a flat tire. And he was like, okay, ho, call AAA. And you was like, ah, remember things like that. Okay. So that you can snap yourself out of it. What does it say? Damn in your ass for a reason, no reason, no. Yeah, he's your ex for a reason. Let's be for real. That is one of my favorite things to do, is to journal about the negativity. And then you're going to sit and you're going to write down all the things that you want to see in your next relationship. And that's going to help you get really, really clear, one, on what you want. And two, you are literally telling God and the universe, whoever you believe in, like, hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm attracted to. I'm getting really, really clear on it. I'm not just out here willy-nilly just trying to see what man will give me some attention. That will make your experience way more specific. It'll make you way more goal-oriented, and it will help you to just clear your mind and focus on what you really, truly want. Ooh, baby. I got to leave out soon. I've only gotten through 2 questions. I got to shut the yapping. I gotta speed this up. So I am gonna finish my mascara and then I'll come back and we'll do this base, because we gotta get it going in a second. I was finishing up putting on my mascara and I started laughing because I remember the time I was posting on my Instagram story and I was like, I don't know, y'all. I feel like the whole like no lashes thing is low-key starting to eat. And someone DM'd me, a girl DM'd me and simply goes, no. I said, read me then, period. God up. But for real, y'all, can y'all see my lashes and how like actually long they are? I hope that y'all can see them. I've been using the Olaplex lash serum. I mentioned it in my year-end favorites, but that was like a 50-minute long video. And I know not a lot of y'all had the patience to sit through a 50-minute long video, but ooh, baby, that stuff works. Okay. Anywho, next case, Shona. I have a close friend who is now losing her other friends due to her actions involving a boy who wasn't a good person. We all told her that she should take a break from boys because she is still in high school, and this particular boy is extremely toxic. Parentheses, he convinced her that he has cured her mental health problems and that her friends have poisoned her against him. I really don't know what to do at this point. I've stood by her, but I'm telling her the same thing and watching her get hurt. What would you say is the best way to handle this situation? Also, I love your content. Thank you so much for being you. Shout out to you, girl. Thank you for being here. I am so sorry to tell you. Sorry, y'all. That clip, the beginning of that clip was a little bright. Y'all know I've been playing around with the settings and making the manual. I'm digging this lighting better. Anywho, sorry for that shift in lighting. I am so sorry to ruin adulthood for you, but baby, when I say this is so normal to experience, you for the rest of your life will have to watch your friends make what you perceive to be mistakes and just hold their hand through it. I have been in friendship with people who are in horrifically toxic relationships where there is all types of trigger warning, abuse happening, be it physical, mental, financial, and what do? You cannot control what another person does. And the last thing that you want to do is be like the ultimatum friend that's like, if you don't leave him alone, then forget me. Because let me tell you something, your friend will never choose you. When they're in a situation where a dude is this, I know this word gets tossed around a lot, but very narcissistic traits. Realistically, a hallmark of an abusive relationship and just narcissistic people in general is that they will isolate you. Because once they isolate you, you have no one to run to turn to when things are getting rough. And that's the way that they want it. They want you all to themselves. So the goal is to always stay in community with her so that she always feels like she can pick up the phone to call you. Let's just assume that her behavior primarily hurts her and she is, at the end of the day, a good person and a good friend to you. You just have to be there and encourage her to speak. Try your hardest not to offer any judgments. I have made this mistake a few times where I will believe her when she says, I'm leaving. And then I let the mouth run too much. And then she back with him and now I don't feel like a safe space to her. So you need to keep it cute. We listen and we don't judge. And the only time that you are really gonna intervene to really say your opinion and get her out is if you feel like she's in physical, actual danger. And I know that this is escalated because it's like, well, these are high schoolers and she just said that he was manipulative, but oh my God, these situations escalate so quickly. That is tough. So my advice to you would be, if you care about this girl, if she is not doing anything to harm you, she is a good friend to you, I would stay as close as you possibly can and be there for her, to be a sounding board, to be a listening board, look up resources. I am not the pinnacle of helping friends get out of toxic or abusive relationships. There are plenty of hotlines and numbers that you can contact to get really, really good verbiage on what to say exactly to your friends in these situations. And I would definitely advise that. But yeah, just stick it out. You gonna have to watch your friends ram their head into the wall for the rest of your life. Welcome to friendship, baby. Welcome to adulthood. This one says, I want to talk about friendship, specifically between men and women. People always say that men and women can't be friends. I never used to believe it because I thought it was possible, but over the years, I've come to realize that it cannot be possible. Every guy I've ever met and interacted with has shown interest in me, whether it be sexual or romantic. It genuinely breaks my heart. I don't know why. I always wanted to experience being friends with a man, just friends, because obviously men are so different. And I feel like it would open my mind even more. I also forgot to cut down my exposure. I shouldn't have done that in the middle of the question, but it's cool. But it seems like it won't ever be a thing. Do you think so too? Or do you think it's possible for men and women to be friends? This is so funny that this is being a question that is asked, because I would tend to agree with you. I would. I was actually just having this conversation with a male friend of mine, and both of us agree that men and women can't really be friends. I have one male friend that I know nothing ever in his whole entire life would happen with. It is my friend from high school. I just went back to my high school reunion, so we just rekindled our friendship. Shout out to Tay. He is the only man that I really do feel like it's a genuine friendship, because he would never try anything with me. One, because we've been friends for so long, and two, because he's married. And even then, I don't feel like marriage would stop a lot of guys, but I know my friend, and marriage would stop him. Like, he's not out here trying to crack these women down no more. Okay, he done got out of his system, and it's just not a thing. And I don't want to be in friendship with someone that would cheat on their wives anyways. Yuck. It's interesting that you want friendship. I was talking to my brother, who is famously a therapist. He has been on this channel before. Shout out to him. Shout out to that video. He was actually the one that piqued me to the fact that I don't know how to be in friendship with men. And it is because men have never treated me like a friend before, ever. Like, even when I was just like being nice to someone, it was always in order to get to the sexual part. So I don't find intimacy in men the same way that I do in women. Like, my friendships with women are very intimate and close, and not intimate, of course, in the sexual way. I don't really seek comfort in men. I don't seek that from men. I'm working on this, because you are what you attract. Your mindset is what you attract. But my mindset is, underneath it all, men hurt me. That is what men do. And I'm not talking about just like relationships. I'm talking about physically. Like, every physical encounter that I have had that has been negative has been from a man. Not like abuse or anything like that, but I'm talking like harassment, unwanted touching. You know, like, I have been hyper exposed to that my entire life. I've talked about this a bit more on TikTok than here. Oh man, just like my lived experience of the entitlement that men feel over my body. Whoa. So for me, I do not see men as a safe space and as a place that I find friendship. And that's not good. But it's just tough, because like, ew. Like, ew, if I'm being honest, like, I got my girls for that. Like, what do I need a man to be a friend to me for? But I do get the appeal of it, like, exactly from what you're saying. I just think that it's tough, because no one gets you like women get you. And I have brothers. So when I need like flat out advice from men, I'm gonna call my brothers. I know they don't want nothing from me, and I can be frank with my brothers. I can say what I need to say. Thank God I have relationships with my brothers like that. So I just don't look for that in men, but I'm working on it, because you are what you attract. So if I believe that men exist to hurt me, guess what? I'm gonna keep attracting men that hurt me. Ding, ding, ding. So in my personal opinion, to answer the question, I do think that there is a world in which men and women can be friends. I just don't know if we necessarily know how, and I hate to generalize men, but men, because of our society, because of the way that a lot of men, not all men, were socialized, it's hard for men to view women as anything other than a sexual object. Even if a man is involved, even if you say we just friends, if you give a man the opportunity, he will take it. And that is not real friendship. Like, imagine thinking that if you just got just drunk enough that you would wake up with your best friend on top of you as a woman. Legs back to the ears. Like, that's crazy. Like, no, I do not think that. Like, again, my friends are a safe space because of the way society is set up, and a lot of the times the way that men are set up. Girl, it only gives friendship because of something. Like, we're only friends because she says we're only friends. We're only friends because she got a man, or he got a girl, or whatever the case may be. Like, I feel like it's so rare that it's not like that. And I sound so jaded. I know I do. So ultimately, I think that it is possible, like that can happen, but I do think that it is very, very rare. Watch, y'all about to get in the comment section and dog me. And you know what? That's your truth. And this is mine, sister. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I went off. I got dressed. I'll show y'all my outfit at the end of the video because y'all do be hearing about what I'm wearing. So I figured we might as well squeeze in one last one. I want to know how to come into my own as a woman. I want to know how to just exude grown woman confidence that is rarely shaken and does not rely on validation. I am asking because you seem to be one of the women I know who has achieved this. That's so sweet. Wow, that's so sweet. Unshakable is arguable when it comes to me. I have my moments and I feel like I try my hardest to talk to y'all about when I have said moments. But for the most part, yeah, I've worked really hard to become the woman that is sitting in front of you, especially pertaining to my confidence as a dark-skinned Black woman in this world. They don't make it easy on us, okay? The way that you achieve this is by no longer relying on external validation. And I mean ever. You can only rely on the validation that you receive from in here. Yeah, that's the only thing that you can, because you cannot plant your roots on a shaky foundation or anything that is movable or changeable. Other people's opinions of you are movable and changeable. Society's opinion of you is movable and changeable. 1 second BBLs are in, the second being skinny mini size 0 is in 10 years later. You know what I'm saying? So you have to base your self-worth on things that are not changeable. And that includes eliminating this. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna get up on my high horse and be like, I don't care anything about how I look. That's not true. But a lot of my self-worth is internal. I really, really, really value my morals, how I show up as a woman in this world, how I show up as a person, the things that I am doing to change this world, the work that I do, the influence that I have. That is what I've built my self-confidence on. And I feel like if you're a loyal watcher of this channel, then you've seen me give this speech 100,000 times, but I will continue to scream until I'm blue in the face. You cannot rely on changing your body, putting on makeup, getting your lips done, doing X, Y, and Z, and then thinking that it's going to result in your confidence being unshakable. It's not. You have to do the internal work. I want you to get in the booth. I want you to be reading self-help books. I want you to be in therapy. I want you to be working out why your daddy did what he did and why it causes you to date these ancient ass niggas. You know, that's what you got to do. You guys see the superficial version of all the work that I've done because it's not for y'all to see. Y'all don't need to be with me in my therapy sessions when I be hyperventilating, crying my eyes out. Y'all don't need to be there for that. Sorry if the angle changed there. I stopped recording for a second, but I was saying that what you describe as unshakable confidence that I exude, that's really where that comes from. So that's what I would say. I could say so much more. I talked extensively about this in my Pretty is a Choice video, so I will link that right here so that you can really get into what my core beliefs are around that, because I do have to hang it up because Miss Girl will be late for dinner. But I hope that I answered at least part of your question, the surface of your question with just this, but definitely head over to that video to check that out, you yourself and anybody else that wants the answers to that question. Debbie is starting to dig up into her feeder as if she's never been fed a day before in life. So that is my cue to go. I'll show y'all my outfit. I got my mic on so y'all still be able to hear me. So that's nice. This is the outfit of the night. I know I'm super duper far back. Sorry, me pulling up my dress. This is a dress from Amazon that also has shapewear in it. It is on the expensive side, but it is worth it because, baby, do y'all see the waist? I mean, I do have on tights as well. And I have on these maroon boots. Y'all will have seen it in my capsule closet video. It's just all black with the maroon boots. Of course, everything will be linked. Pretty sure jacket is from Mango. Don't know if it's sold anymore, but if it is, I will definitely get that information for y'all. And then I'm just carrying my little Coach baggy bag. And then earrings are from Nordstrom Rack. Rings are from Amazon, a Cartier stack, Amazon watch, and Pandora bracelet and a permanent bracelet. And that's it. And I know I'm so far down. Let me actually sit in the chair to say bye. All right, let me keep it professional and cute. That is gonna be the end of today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I always love talking to my girls. And if you would like for your question to be potentially answered in the next one that we do of this, I will leave the link to the form down below. So submit your question and maybe I will answer one of your little situations you need advice on, sister. Again, keep it cute down in the comments and support each other because we are one big happy family and a community of the girls, okay? I'm gonna run out to dinner. I love y'all so, so much and I will see you guys super duper soon in my next video. Bye guys.
come rewind. Oh. Girl, I get the money where fi make you mine. Oh. If you loving every night fi make you mad. Oh.